Hello, welcome to the Travel with T-Bone show, and in this show we're going to do a new episode I'm pretty excited about. The show is going to be called Should I or Should I Not? The premise is I'm going to describe a position, and then I'm going to give 5 reasons why you should, then 5 reasons why you should not do that job, and then I'll give my own recommendation on the job itself. So let's start off. Position 1 in this series, is teaching at kindergartens. Should you or should you not teach at kindergartens? Now, a typical kindergarten day is going to look like this. You will start in the morning, maybe 7:45, and work all the way till 5:30 p.m. From 12 o'clock to about 3 o'clock, you will probably have a lunch break. The classes that'll start in the morning will be a morning dance, maybe a flag raising ceremony, playing with the kids in terms of doing sports, before you have a breakfast. After the breakfast, you'll go and meet with the kids, and you'll do an English class, or your Chinese co-teachers, whom you'll have 1, 2, or 3 of, will be teaching a English class or Chinese class to them, depending on the day. They might have some activities, which will then lead into lunch. You will serve lunch to the kids as well as water, and then after you're done serving the lunch to the kids, you'll go and have lunch yourself. 3 hours later, you'll come back to the school, and then you'll do more activities such as playing outside, swimming, sports, tag, and whatever games that the school might have. On occasion, you might be doing extra things such as holidays, Christmas, International Day, etc. to represent your own country. So that is the non-biased description of the job. Let's get with the positives. I'll start off on a positive. Free food, right? So when you're working at a kindergarten, the first thing you'll notice is you're going to get free food, and you're going to get it twice a day. If you want, you can make it 3 times a day. I know some people would bring in containers, and they'd take hard-boiled eggs or whatever else and put it in the container and bring it home for lunch or dinner, whatever, right? So that is a very, very good perk. Next, low teaching hours. If you're new to teaching, don't really have a whole lot of confidence, and you want to kind of ease your way into it, kindergarten jobs, I think, are a great way to ease yourself into teaching because there's a low amount of teaching hours. Most teaching classes at kindergartens are about 2 hours a day. You might have 3, 4, 5 30-minute classes at the most. Some people do only 15-minute classes, so they're teaching an hour and a half, hour 15 minutes a day. So it's a lot less in terms of teaching hours. You get to play with kids. Like I said, if any of the events I described to you, such as sports, swimming, tag, crafts, Chinese Go sounds like fun to you, awesome, good fit. Next, it's a way to network and make friends. You can meet Chinese people and maybe make some Chinese lesson connections, maybe meet some foreigners, and like get some other connections into other jobs, etc., etc. And then last, the pay is going to be pretty decent compared to other gigs, such as teaching at a university. Negatives. It's a lot of work. Okay, so teaching at a kindergarten is a lot of work. It's not a lot of English teaching work, but it's a lot of physical work. Playing with those kids, if you're probably going to have a class of 30 kids, so they might swarm you and you might get injured every month. I probably suffered some sort of injury working at a kindergarten. It can be very tiring because of that. A lot of teachers I knew who had that 3-hour lunch break would take all 3 hours to sleep because, they just were so tired after the morning, and it's very, very true. Next, you're not really in control often. Maybe you're not respected as well. So the other teachers, your Chinese co-teachers, might have you clean up their stuff after a lesson's done while they take the kids outside. You might be picking up ladders, heavy things, kids' toys, all this other stuff. So you're kind of like this pickup man who's like carrying a bunch of crap around. And if it's like a rainy day, you might be carrying like 2 bags full of umbrellas and raincoats for a bunch of kids, which gets really, really heavy and just can be really, really, just really tiring. It goes back to the tiring one, right? And then sometimes the not respected thing, some of the teachers might not see you as an actual teacher. They might stop you in the middle of the lesson and say, change it now, when it's like, well, this would be better if it was talked about afterwards, right? Right, but this is the reality of the situation, and I'm giving you the most truthful description I can. And next, it can be a little bit boring. So it can be boring because when your Chinese teachers are doing their lessons, it's probably going to be all in Chinese. So that means you could be standing there for 2 or 3 hours listening to them speak Chinese. You could also use this as a positive to maybe practice your Chinese skills, listening skills, stuff like that. But if you're just starting out, the Chinese is just going to be way above your level. So it could be a goal to work for. And then last, it can be very chaotic. So usually the Chinese teachers are busy with 30 or 40 kids. If you have 1, 2, or 3, that's still not enough to control a class of 30 or 40 kids. There's going to be some roughhousers, some crazy ones that'll run around, and that's going to also be part of your job to stop and control them. That could mean you could have to grab them and pick them up by the shoulders right here. They might be kicking and screaming. You're going to have to stop it, right? And that means you could be kicked or screamed at, which can make you very tired again. So would I recommend this job? I'm going to say it depends on your personality. First, in case you haven't noticed, it can be a lot of work. It can be very chaotic. It could be very boring. Teaching at a kindergarten, I think, is very much a roller coaster sort of job. Some days are just woo, and then other days are just woo, right? It's all over the place. And if you're very flexible, I would say then it's a good position for you. If you're a new teacher coming to China, then I would say it's very good for you. Because if you're new, you're probably not going to have a lot of friends, and you're not going to really understand how the hiring system and how to make money, etc., works in China. So these people that you're meeting for the first time will be very great networking contacts. It's good if you're new to China and you don't have a lot of money. If you're working at a university, they're probably not going to pay for your food for breakfast or lunch and dinner. So all of that can save you a bit of money. If you're coming just barely with any sort of cash, is essentially giving you 5 days a week of free meals. They might not be the best meals, but they're free meals that you can enjoy until you get some money in your pocket. And you could start bringing in your own stuff if you don't like the food they're providing. And then finally, would I recommend this to someone with more experience? And then that is the question. I would say you know the answer to that one, right? Because you've probably taught in this sort of situation before, or have heard similar stories about how it works with teaching the kindergarten kids in China. But at the end of the day, if you like doing crafts, if you like playing tag with kids, painting and all this other fun stuff that's on the side from teaching English, this is a really great position because it can be a lot of fun and a great way to, bond with other foreigners, other Chinese people, and, get paid for it as well when you're teaching English to kids. So that's all. If you had a similar experience with teaching at kindergartens in China, leave some comments below and explain what you did. If you didn't and thought, wow, this is completely different than mine, please do the same and leave what happened to you as well. Give the video a like if you liked it, a dislike if you didn't like it, and please share if you could. That's all. Thanks, and have a nice day.